initiated a series of engagements based on the position we have taken, which is a position endorsed by the National Executive Committee of the party and the flag bearer of the party. So, presidential 2020 elections, rejected results, and about parliamentary also, we have a specific number of constituencies where we are raising issues with. We take the view that the people of Ghana, the good people of Ghana, my parliamentary majority. Now, so due to the use of underhand dealings, arm twisting, the use of despotic brute force, and all kinds of shenanigans, that parliamentary majority is being denied us. Until Ubekaya group I share first, more colleagues in Central for the parliamentary press corps and their colleagues outside the precincts of parliament. A public collation of the pink sheets for Techiman South and made clear, sir, yes, collation, and we did it together with the media. It is without a doubt, sir, Mr. Christopher Baire is the true and proper winner of the Techiman South parliamentary elections. You share a number of civil society organizations, so as the next set of the series of engagements we are having. And this particular meeting, was to continue with those transparent engagements. And you invite the Americans and the British, the embassy and high commission, political chiefs, Omo advise the ambassadors and send reports to London and Washington DC so far as happenings in their jurisdiction is concerned. And women say, your democracy. These are two countries that have been following keenly Omo reps or your IPAC meetings. It's not engaging them is not new. Since 1992, they've been part of our democratic trajectory. They also sponsor all kinds of aspects of the democratic exercise in terms of either supporting the EC or supporting CSOs to do monitoring or supporting observer missions. Remember, sir, they were all part of various observer groups that came to monitor the election. They are critical stakeholders in terms of our democratic architecture since the return to multi-party democracy in 1992. These two countries, we thought we should meet them first. We will be meeting other diplomats along the line. Now, so these are the two, if you like, historically prominent international partners. It was important to engage them and set out our facts, let them understand that we are Democrats. And you fomented trouble and you destabilize the country. We are rather the victims of schemes that have been put in place to subvert the will of the people. And with the evidence that we have gathered, the pink sheet, your video evidence, how collation centers were invaded by troops and returning officers were made to change results and all of that, the kind of strange persons who were wearing uniforms, all of these things, including human rights violations, the new workers is here. We have at least 7 people who have lost their lives. We presented their names, their background, where they were schooling. They were between the ages of 14 and 39 years. And we are insisting, sir, never in the life of our country should it be acceptable, sir. You can just take people's life, just shoot and kill and get away with it. Or more carry out those extrajudicial killings. And those who gave the orders must be pursued and must be brought to justice. And these are all part of the demands we are making. The fact the petitioner you're filing also. Ubekaya 2012, the international community was allowed to follow keenly. They even had seats at the Supreme Court where they could follow the process more keenly. Until we did encourage them to also avail themselves to that kind of opportunity based on the precedent of 2012. And then the parliamentary majority, we made it clear, sir, if our parliamentary majority is not granted us, we cannot guarantee a smooth transition approaching the midnight of 6th January 2021. These are some of the issues that you discussed here, and we took their questions, and you could tell, sir, they welcomed the exercise. It was very transparent, and we made sure that at the end of the day, what is important, and it's you're very protecting your democracy. You're very making sure that this fourth Republican dispensation, we will keep it pure as much as we can, and ensure that the whole attempt to just abuse state power and as it were subvert the will of the people is defeated. Okay,
not just a conversation and center on the constituencies, specific constituencies are more issues with more the presidential and petition about filing in our homes edible.
Exactly. Now I am very, very comprehensive into you discussing presidential the reasons the apex court of the land, and your real presidential you narrow on the parliamentary majority, because only a lot of these diplomats they really are excited about the possibility of having small stringent separation of powers, where answer the Supreme Court that decided the presidential the governance framework will have a scenario where another party is in the executive and another party controls the legislation. And if you look at that prospect, it will help to improve checks and balances. It will help to reduce corruption and all of these concerns we have. We've had parliamentary majority is often abused by those in power. They don't listen. You can have your say, but they'll have their way because they have the numbers, and it's led to a lot of scandals like this Japan, PDS, Mary scandals that readily come to mind. And a lot of the international watchers and our governance experts were quite excited about that prospect. So you can have the real possibility of another party being in control of parliament until such a time that the presidential determination is made at the Supreme Court. But we all know shenanigans are also. They were losing the parliamentary majority. They just decided to descend on a number of constituencies. Usha their course was issue also. I'm referring to the ruling government in cahoot with the Electoral Commission and some elements in the security agencies. Usha we are more invaded Techiman South. The shooting for the shoot to kill others that were pursued, and which has led to the death of Ayarik and Tajuddin, young first-time voters. Their only crime is they were at a collation center. And Ghana, since 1992, collation and counting of ballot, a public exercise. It's never been a crime, sir, when you go and vote and you decide, sir, you wait, and now you go home and come back and be part of the counting process. Even the media, we count along with returning officers, with EC officials since 92. But this time, it's as though the declaration of results must be done under brute force, with the military taking center stage and all of that. And even people in the military and security agencies, you talk to them, they are not happy at all about how I mean, these matters, panned out. The parliamentary majority, we insist, any idea you better sacrifice it, any idea you better mark this daylight robbery, Akoso, Techiman South. Mineo Kasase say up to now we don't have the summary sheet, we don't have the collation form. A flagrant violation of Regulation 43 of CI 127. Even our opponents who claim to have won, you in the media, anytime you ask them, okay, Muna, you declare winners. Summary sheet, no warning. They don't have it. Mark Menu was on your program. He doesn't have it. He was on your network. Mustafa Hamid was asked by Evans Mensah. He rather got angry and was pouring invectives on Evans. They don't have it. For more than 2 weeks since that declaration, we were even asking, mostly MPP winning, by what margin, by what numbers? They didn't have it. It was after 2 weeks that since they are in bed together, met and agreed on some fictitious numbers and claimed they have won.
But that will not be a fair comment to make, at least.
Because declarations must be public. Agent must be invited. So if my agent, the NDC agent, is not invited, it's not part of a collation, it's not part of a declaration. There can be only one, and we have sent delegations to the returning officer in Techiman South. He couldn't give us a summary sheet. You saw that video that went viral. General Secretary Larik Bevlolate, Collins Dauda, Baba Jamal, and others. He said we should go to the region. When we went to the region, say, Munsamwechi, go back to the district. We don't have it. Meanwhile, Regulation 43 SA, summary sheet, it's not a nuclear code. And yes, secret document. It's not confidential. Declaration. Post it on walls. It should be on the EC office notice board. Post it at vantage points.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, so his inability to give you the coalition sheet, doesn't necessarily mean the NDC candidate won. Meboa.
He won because we have all the 267 pink sheets. We have them, and we've done the collation. We did it publicly with you in the media. We have given the pink sheets to the diplomatic community. We've given it to the civil society organizations. With the Mufre Asepa for Mufre Imani for, they have them. We have nothing to hide. So we have made the pink sheets available. Answer now, the collation center, you will know if you are a diligent political party. Me answer now make anytime before I walk to the Bato Social Center, which is used as our collation center. I know the numbers because we are able, using the pink sheets from all the 148 polling stations we have in my constituency, until we know the numbers by what margins we have won, even before we get to the constituency collation center. So we know. And
in your quest to form parliamentary majority, said Yawakana say enya dia bobejai enumu ama aka. There is one avenue so far. Monkoi wakase mo the pink sheet ni ama diplomatic community, mo ama media, mo ama CSOs. You've not been to the court. When are you going to the court relative to the parliamentary disputed constituencies?
Brilliant question. Emi the answer would be this question. Let's discuss the matter of remedies. What are the remedies available to political parties? What kind of electoral laws are? And if you also look at our convention since 92, because I keep hearing people say, anytime you raise a concern, go to court. There are multiple remedies. Even from the polling station, when you have issues, you can demand a recount at the polling station. You can demand recounting.
Yes.
At the collation center, you can demand recollation.
Yes.
All of these remedies are available. Going to court is not the only option. All those who ride from December 7, anytime you raise an issue. And also the irony, and say, if you look at Banda constituency, at the time we were demanding collation at Techiman South, said there has been no collation at Techiman South. When it said Banda constituency, now more coalition. The MPP believed that because the margin of victory was narrow, 81 votes for Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. They believe that if recollation is done, they will win because they were convinced. And I think Abronya and others, the regional executives, went on air. When it said 3 petitions at least where the EC granted the MPP the request for recollation. Into omuye recollation ewo Banda, omukoye recollation ewo regional capital Techiman. Eba national recollation biom, and the margin dropped, I'm told, from 81 to about 31. But Honorable Ahmed still won.
Omuye recollation biom national.
Yes, that is what the Honorable Ahmed has told us.
From the constituency to the region.
Constituency to the region.
To national.
Yes. And this was public. Obekaya, Abronya and others went public that they are demanding recollation and all of the petition, and it was granted them. We know of other places like Takwa in Swaem where they demanded recollation. It was granted the MPP. But Ebanisena NDC, since day one, Yabisa recollation, your constituency office at your petition, region at your petition, MPs, S&D petition, way before the gazetting was done. You remember the famous walk which the police tried to stop, manhandled us, and the EC snubbed us. She's now sending us ill-fitted apologies, which we are treating the same way she treated us, and waiting for her in Parliament. The MPP gets the opportunity to exercise administrative remedies. There are 2 sets of remedies available.
Someone could to Blackwa AD and Komono. One issue about up was Banda constituency. And in the words of Honorable OKUDZETO Blackwa, there were 3 separate recollations into quality initial one, sign quality bako according to OKUDZETO ewo constituency recollation bako region and bako so ewo national. The NPP parliamentary candidate in that constituency, Olusu Abano, Afre said he has some quick input to make into that particular point. Enti Jordan kwa abana pom to saying
nyame adome ho ye
great. Enti afisi apart me dize bibia ekoye ma
oh afi papa nko metan ho da bia
so na nkomo a me ne OKUDZETO Blackwa di ye no say o say recollation me ensa na course so baako constituency baako region and a baako national wo say entesa
yo mame enna wase na menchia
Asempa FM ekusi say on Asempa FM
December ye to abani wiye ye kodru collation center in fact ye kona ya quality results ani enim say ya weme na ye kodru ho no eno ma bebre steam figures via return officer na debre ye no na entertain him my requesting for recounting of some of the ballot boxes. And the returning officer and then the EC, the returning officer, no Richard Kwanzaa, and the EC no so a juice movement or more anti-Asiamaya. You can't or more anti-Asiamaya. And those boxes to know where the boxes are, they free the NDC candidate or no group. Say you better count to the no, almost no. And Madana Najo, me pray the regional officer in charge of operations say only the district officers non kasa na omonye the right thing according to no was no makata but still omonye still omonye. Me pray the regional boss.
Okay. Orajo dankwa me pacho emrenti were there 3 recollations.
Medru hono ka wo dem am just some few seconds medru hono. Me fro no ono so no makata wanti ase me friend the president send your bossman e mo no so no makata nti ase anya adwuma nti the president the return officer no ekwa ahead and now so the wrong figures e collation center home and that wrong figures no more de aye gazette no ameno we kate na me nwanwa say once OKUDZETO abrakwa say ye koye recoalition there was no recoalition. Your collective here, there was no recoalition. I repeat again, there was no recoalition at the constituency. Even recounting let alone recoalition. 2, there was no recoalition at the regional level. There was no recoalition at the national level. It will be a recoalition, baby. The only thing our electoral commission, awareness. So far as we declare results there, I just walk court. Whether you declare no you're correct or wrong, I just walk court. In that I'm speaking to you, yes, you have one boy court for the court to order for the proper thing to be done. In this will be, baby, I can see a recoalition, I intro. The wrong figures and no one normally exists. As
a party, in the constituency, more requested for recoalition.
Sempa FM.
Mr. Even the who's entered name for may foundation, recounting chromosome. They said they won't do any recounting.
Recounting, if it was not initiated at the polling station, Oba Coalition Center, where you have the recounting amount, what they can do there, recoalition.
Recoalition, almost all money.
And it's almost all money. Ain't the return officer need declare and no.
Wrong way in and one on the gazette. Wrong figures and one. Oh, I'll bet my check it. I can give you the figures. Wrong figures and one on the gazette. There were no recoalition anywhere.
Okay, so the Wakano say I did more prepare more document more court until let's see what the court would say. Why?
Thank that issue of say recount to recollative banner, and you're not correct.
Orajo dankwa yedase papa ekosi sense na higher Sempa FM. One of the cardinal principles we hold dear on this show is fairness. Enti yani Orajo dankwa edi enkomo Ahmed Ibrahim, who was declared winner by the Electoral Commission of Bandan, so say ono so pese okabibi kakra, at least to be fair to the other side. No, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, otemenka akwa abanete saying
mejo so mi ni a obi nyame adom kumi hoye
na me so afi papa enko emra metoyen in the Banda constituency, after coalition returning officer the results to Jano recoalition be sign course
obi mamenfa makwanya so na men chia etifo amuti asempa FM na mapa faso ama munyina afishapa obi near ubi say ni nyina so even up to Accra na mamin churchro one ye connection no ye county no polling stations no no MPP for resist objection e calling for recounting e wo double upper omo do collation center hono e wo district capital hono Omusa calling for recounting and omuye recounting maomo. So they call for recounting twice, which was granted and done for them.
Then you on a
collation, district collation no. Obi na mabiti Jordan kwanya 8175, 8195. And miminya 8276. What is figures no?
Ethiopia.
Emma omukoka muse mi figure back omu ye no 3 put omu win police station back me win back but omu de me losing figure na me lose wo onu the first police station no omu sa be repeating the same police station figure no Emma you calling for say omu fa piece by piece because usha figure no correct. But in the collation, omuye mistake because they repeated one police station figure for me twice. Into electoral officer and returning officer no answer to omubu go through everything. I will say total media correct my bit no. And a piece it by piece it. And some omu confirm say one police station onunya say one police station onunya say. That is what was done there. Yeah, the course Sunyani Emma Jordan kwa Maumoya demonstration the following day. they did demonstration. Say Omuntiasie. And the petition, regional election director. And the regional election director, based on that, any demonstration now we have Bana constituency led by Jordan Kwani Abronye, regional chairman of Bono.
FM.
Omuya demonstration. They demonstrated against the Bana declared results. So this is a recollection. And the petition. Ekoma regional director at Sunyani. So deputy regional election director and Opa Mumfreno. Based on their petition, and on returning officer no, any Bana electoral officers in na, and Omukoya recollection was Sunyani. Omukoya recollection was Sunyani no. Now still Nami Manya 8276. And a Jordan Kwano Anya 8246.
Recollection of the entire constituency, and I say, sir, one polling station.
Entire constituency. Omuye actual collection Omuye Bana constituency no. Onya 8195. Omude petition no call Sunyani no. Onya 8246. So if there were no recollection, how did he get 8246? And no. Mimi Diana Minya Bana 8276 no. Omudi ko Sunyani, it was the same thing. And I left it's okay, Obisa Dambocha, he will tell you. Da Adiachi Omuya recollection no into Adiachi and Omukoya Tachiman South issue no. In Tachiman South issue no Krapo no. Deputy Bono regional electoral officer no. As I repeated the same thing say. Sir, error now, Omuye no. You can't use the error to punish the candidate.
Okay, Honorable, Mr. Emren in total no recollection bako saying a course me and son.
3. Because uko electoral commissioner adia Omuye wa banana na mabiti Jordan kwa 81 votes. Omukoya recollection was Sunyana na beating Jordan kwa 43 votes. They say uko electoral office so ewa Accra for difference Omudi Bano 31. So if there was no recollection in Accra, how can the 31 difference? Adia Baku Madian Kwano. A free constituency equals Sunyana Swati. A free Sunya Eba Accra Swati. So if there is no recollection, who is reducing my figure? Man difference.
Honorable Matthias, yeah, we've heard from the two candidates who would get the EC and then we'll settle this. Yeah, that's
precisely. That is what will make the matter go to sleep.
Yeah.
And we have all our pay sheet from every police station intact.
But so we are aware, sir, MPP from this one more court. You are aware, right?
Aye. Okay. This is the first time they are going to court. 2000 Omuko court Omulusuye on Bana. 2008 Omuko court Omulusuye on Bana. 2006 Omuko court Omunyanko boy so if they are going to court for the fourth time we bear 2 cases na yakwa kodi court one because 2016 odemi court wa mi ko fa lawyer your boss no Johnny Jack case no. So you can't be wasting my time on that. So if we are going to court ayekodi Bana 2016 results any Bana 2020 results cases in now was Sunyani court.
Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, Mayena say, Bibiani Ebesi about Hubio, right?
You Obi Meda was in Yakwanya, Odiamami, Nachaya, Babiaka, Wamami. The candidate to Obanan or your demonstration against this 2020 results. And the demonstration legitimate in MPP, Umayebi, and NDC IEB. And they say, oh, I put you on Fankoma Jodankwa, and Yabroye.
Ahmed, show difference here, you super santi, you go court.
Ya muko court, Minister Subetina, Muko International Court, and Sana Manya Zero.
Ahmed Mayena said, Ahmed Ibrahim Namuchen and Kano, he was declared, even though a certain MP or Bandai, he was declared winner by the Electoral Commission. The NPP is protesting that particular declaration. He ever a court, no, Ebeka. But of course, on also say, recollection and the court. So the NPP candidate says there was no recollection. We'll get the EC and we'll